My name's Steve, I support Aston Villa. Local team, and I've always liked the way they play. And they used to do a lot of academies around our area, picking players up, so it was always local players. Not all of them get through to the first team, but that's good. It's the locality really. My earliest would have probably been in the early 70s, and I went to see Aston Villa play against Santos, which some of you might know and might not. LA played for, so not a bad first game then. Put quite a few, but if I had to say one, it'd have to be 82 when we won the European Cup. It's got to be a pinnacle of most club players to get to do that achievement and to share it with them. Fantastic. Brian Little, possibly Brian Little. There are a lot. You've got the likes of Paul McGrath and Andy Gray, etc. But to me, it was Brian Little. He used to make things happen. Maybe not scored as many goals as he should, but that was usually because he was setting others up. So possibly Brian Little. It's got to be Jack Grealish. Got to be. Same reasons really. If he's not scoring, he's setting up others, and he just plays football like it should be. Very good football. At the moment, the bogey team always seems to be the Midlands teams, and that's usually come about. I mean, Wolves, for instance. We did actually beat them last season. I don't think many actually did. It might have been the only ones, but hey, bogey team. My heart always thinks whenever we play Birmingham City for obvious reasons. So possibly Birmingham City. Yes, Birmingham City. It's just because of the local rivalry. And I used to hate it when Robbie Savage played because it was such a wind-up. He not only wound the players up, he wound just about most of Birmingham as well. But do you know what? That's what he was putting the team for. Clever man. Ron Saunders. He just got the lads playing well, and it was the era when I used to go home and away and follow the Villa, etc. So, yeah, and he was, to be honest, he would have took them all the way to the European Cup, but he just fell short for some reason, politically, I don't know, and he never actually took them all the way, but he took them most of the way. So, Ron Saunders. I think he's great. I know a lot of people say he's just perhaps one defeat away from the sack. I think they'd be mad to do that. I think if anybody's going to do it, it'll be Steve Bruce. And I think he's got a good team together now. He didn't have much time to get them together because of the upheaval, within the club. But I actually think Steve Bruce is probably the man to do it. Pep Guardiola. It's gotta be. Knows how to get the lads to play football properly. Well, if you had money to burn, it'd have to be Messi. In my eyes, he's just a magician. He's just everything. He's like a street footballer on a football pitch. He's brilliant. And he gets the end result. These goals you can't knock at all. So, Lionel Messi. Paul McGrath. We're struggling a little bit in defence. John Terry was great. We only had him for a season. I think it's just starting to show this year that we're missing him quite a lot. So if I could have anybody back, it'd have to be Paul McGrath, another quality player. We used to have one years back when I used to go, so I could sing this. My eyes have seen the glory of the Villa win the cup. 7 times we've won it, no one else will catch us up. We are the boys in claret and blue, we are the chosen few, and the Villa go marching on. I nearly said an actual manager's name then, because to be honest, if I had to say anybody, I think Martin O'Neill. He spent so much money at the Villa, almost took him to bankruptcy. He left us an okay side, but a lot of them were sold to pay off the debts that he paid, and then he just left. I thought that was a bit indignified, to be honest. So yeah, probably in my eyes, Martin O'Neill. Peter Schmeichel in nets, Paul McGrath, Steve Staunton, John Gidman and Alan Evans, that's at the back. Up front I'd have Andy Gray with Brian Little playing number 10, and then I'd probably have Alex Cropley on the left, Ray Graydon on the right, Stilian Petrov, Dennis Mortimer, possibly Des Bremner midfield. Well, they're one of the founders of the Football League. They've actually been at the ground for 120 years last year, so obviously it's 121. And their academy has always been second to none. You know, even when the Manchester Uniteds were absolutely giving us good hidings on the football pitch, our youth teams, under 16s, 18s and whatever, were always winning lots and lots of the cups. So if I had to say anything that's really, really unique, and it's only a couple of miles from where I live, or used to live in the UK, I think their academies. They do really, really well from that. And they bring a lot of local talent through. So, yeah. Yeah, we're in the Championship. We should be in the Premier League, but the league never lies, so that's it, yeah. Probably the only thing. Should be somewhere else. Oh, I think they've got an uphill struggle, and I preferred a better start to the season. But bearing in mind he's only just got some of the players there, like Balassi and Tammy Abrahams. I think we'll give them a good run for their money, but I think as we stand, I think playoffs is our best bet. Well, footballers these days have got everything they need anyway, so you couldn't take them anywhere nice, could you? I'd possibly just ask them to give the wages, the day's wages to charity, local charity, and the Villa have always supported the Acorns, which is a children's charity within the local area. So yeah, I'd probably ask them to give up a day's wages for charity. I suppose it's got to be the one I'm wearing, which is the European winning shirt, although they wore the white version. But yeah, probably the 1982 version for the European Cup. Quite a few. I've played against a couple. I've played against Dennis Mortimer, Des Bremner, and I've also met Gary Shaw, who was like the Beckham in the day. I've met quite a few, Darius Vassell, Alan Evans, so yeah, quite lucky. Some of the people I used to really look up to, and some I was a lot older than when I met them as well, so yeah, I met quite a few. The quality of players, because yes, you've got good players in the Championship, but some of the world's greatest players play in the Premiership, and I do miss that. I think Villa Park misses it as well.